biology teacher, but something not right. Okay. So what we're going to have a look at now in this lesson, we're going to look at averages. Oh yeah, in front of the projector, yeah. Maybe I can try and... All right, averages. Now you all learned about average in elementary school. So how do we find an average? And I'm sure you probably did it in biology and chemistry as well. So how do you find an average? Yeah, and that's what you learn in elementary school, isn't it? But the only problem is there's actually more than one average. There's a few different types. So the average you're talking about now is actually called the mean average. But we will also look at the median average, and the mode average. Let me just plug my laptop in as well. So we shouldn't really ever say average, because when we say average, we're not being clear about which average we mean. We could have the mean, and the median, or the mode. So the first one to start with, I think, is the easy one which you all learn about in school, and that's the mean average. So as you said, you add them up and you divide by how many you have. Can I scroll down? So, for the mean average, so if your data is, let's say, x1, x2, all the way up until xn, come on, yes. Then the average, which we can write average like this, we add up all the data and divide by how much we have, how many pieces of data we have. The number. So for example, what is the mean average of okay, so if you take out your calculators, let's just do this one together as an example. No, the last one is question mark. Better?
Is it
23104,261. I'll give it to me as a decimal.
2.714.
Is it? Have you got the answer?
Yeah. 2.375.
Okay, so if you can just call out the numbers. What was the first one? 2,
3, 1, 0, 4, 2, 6, 1.
So what we do is we add them all up, and that's 19, and then we have 8 of them. So I divide this by 8, 2.375. That's the mean average. Yeah? So next one we'll do is the median. Okay, can I scroll down? Yeah. So the median. So let's say our data is x1, x2, all the way to xn. What you do is you order the data. So you put the smallest one first, and then you write them in a list, and you put the largest one at the end of the list. And the median is the middle of the list. Now, if the n is odd, then we have no problem. So for example, if I had 5 numbers, which number is the one in the middle? First, second, third, fourth, or fifth? The third number, if I have 5. If I have 3 numbers, which is in the middle? The second number. And what about if I had 11 numbers?
That's 6. The 6th one.
Fifth, I think. Is it?
The
The sixth, the sixth, isn't it? Yeah. So
That's minus
7 would be 4th number. Yeah. Now, if they're even, So if they're even, you just have to do something. So, just a little thing. For example, if you have 4 numbers, the middle is the second and the third number. So you add them together and divide by 2, if they're even. So for this one here, you have to add the 2 numbers and divide by 2. But this one here is actually fine.
You add the 2 with the numbers and you divide them by 2.
Yeah.
There is another equation,
For which?
I think for the AC.
Yeah? Tell me.
I forget it, but I...
Alright, if you remember it, you tell me.
Okay, I'll say it.
Please, I'm interested to know what it is. Okay, we have this. Let's have a look, let's have a look at some examples. So, I want the median of, let's see, 3, 1, 4, 2, 0, 6, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1. Okay. I'll give you a minute to try this, or do you need to see it? Do you know what to do?
Yes.
Yeah, so try it and see what you can get. Yeah? So I've gotten a 2, I've gotten a 1, I've gotten a 0. Any other possible answers?
2. And we did 2.
Then it must be wrong. Let's check. So you realize what you did wrong?
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you forget to do? Order them, yeah. So what we do here is we put them in order from smallest to biggest. So what's the smallest number here? 0. And then next?
1.
Yeah, and there's actually 3 of them, isn't there? And then next is a 2, a 3, a 4, a 6, and a 9.
0 and 1, 0 and 9 goes.
Hang on, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you can do it like that. You can zoom in on it. So you can go 0, 9, 1, 6, 1, 4, 1, 3, and the number in the middle is 2. So that's the median average. Let me just give you one more of these to practice. Okay, give me the median here again, please.
4.
Okay. Do we have an answer? So we'll put them in order. What's it? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. So, no. So let's zoom in again. First, last, first, last, first, last, first, last, and you have 2 in the middle. But in fact, this one's quite nice because it's still 4. Yeah. So that's the median here. Okay, next.
Repeated number.
Yes, the mode average. So the data, again, let's say it's x1, x2, all the way up to xn. So what did you say?
Repeated number.
Yeah, what about the repeat? The most what?
The most repeated.
Yeah, the most repeated number?
Added it and then...
No, no.
Just the number.
Just whichever is most common. Most repeated, most frequent, most abundant, whichever number is most.
This is for statistics.
Right? Yeah, we're doing statistics now, in case you haven't noticed. The most repeated entry. So, let's have a look at an example. The mode of 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 9, 2, 6. Okay, so what's the mode here?
1.
Which one? So, equals 1. Okay, what about this one now? Yes. Oh, come on Ahmed, I only have one sentence. Are we just waiting for Ahmed? Yeah. 1 is not enough. Okay. What about this one?
It's 1 and 2. So 1 and 2.
What is it?
1 and 2.
It's 1 and 2 at the same time. Yeah, 1 is before 2. Yeah, good job. What's the answer here?
1.
Huh? 1?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. 2 answers. Okay, so who thinks the answer here is 1 and only 1? Okay, alright. 2 and only 2. No, you can't put both answers, Omar.
I need to make sure.
Either 1.5 or...
Well, hang on, who thinks 1? Okay. Who thinks 2?
No.
Who thinks 1 and 2? Who thinks 1.5? And who thinks none of these? No. Yes, 1, okay. Alright, so let's see what we get. Did you write those numbers down? Did you write them down? Hang on, let me scroll down then. Just write them down. I need them back. What do you think, who?
I will spend it.
What do you think, Brandon? So you think 1.5? Yeah? Okay. We shall see. Now, please give me the numbers. What are they? 3, 1, 4,
5, 9, 2, 2.
Okay. So, if I ask Open Office what is the mode of these numbers, you can see, it says 1. Well, hold on now. Yusra, don't get too excited. Now, give me the numbers again, Larry. 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 9, 2, 2. Now let's see. Excel, what do you say the mode is?
1 and 2.
1 also.
Hey.
Yeah, no, hang on. Hang on there. So, hang on, let me go back to this one there. Right, so let me just, that's not it there. Let me just sort these, for example. So if I change the order here, the answer shouldn't change, right? If I just change the order.
No, it doesn't change.
Will it? Why? No, if I just write them in a different order. So now I get 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah? Still the mode is 1. Okay? Still the mode is 1. That's fine. Now, hold on. Now, let me just sort these. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, still 1. Oh. So now it's 2 here, if I write them in a different order. Yeah.
Depends on which comes first.
Yeah, well, see, this is what happens now. In fact, there's no answer.
Signal.
Yeah, they should have listened to you. I know, yeah, they should have listened to you. There's no answer here. And what's happening is, I wanted to show you how the program calculates the mode. So what's happening here, if I just resort it, the computer program is going 1. Okay, next is 1. So how many of these do I have? 2. So it says, so far the mode is 1. How many numbers would it need for the mode to change? It says, okay, I have 2 1s. So I need 3 to make it different. So it goes 2, 1, 2, no. You see what's happening here is it's keeping hold of 1 and it's waiting for something to knock it out of place.
So if you change the 3 to 2, it will change it to 2.
So if I just swap these, 2, 2, 1, 1, now it says it's 2, because it first encounters 2 as most common. But of course it shouldn't matter which order I write them in. It shouldn't. Now it's gone back to 1. Now if I look at Excel, OpenOffice, it will say 1 even if I change the order, if I go the other way around. It'll still say 1. Now what about here? If I replace the 2 with a 0 and a 0, now the answer's changed to 0.
It looks for the smallest number.
So with Excel, what it does, it goes like this, you could imagine. 0, how many zeros do I have? 2. 1, how many 1s do I have? 2. Okay, I'm still holding on to 0. You know, it's like it checks through the list like this.
But what's the logic?
Neither, both are wrong. There is no mode here. And I'm just saying the computer program, you can see how the computer programmer programmed this to calculate the mode. You know, you can see that whoever programmed this, they must have done something like start at 0, check how many I have. Now go to 1, how many do I have? Now go to 2, how many do I have? And then whoever programmed Excel said, okay, we'll start at the first cell, and I'll go to the next cell, and I wait until I have something that's most common. So all I'm saying is they're both wrong, but you can see how these were programmed.
So there is 2 possibilities so far.
The answer is no mode.
But if there is no repeated number, no mode. There is
If there's no repeated number or if there's a tie, there's no mode. The mode must be clearly the most common. Yeah, that's okay? Alright. Next now, if I can scroll down. Yeah. So now we want to calculate mean, median and mode, but not from data, but from a frequency table. So here's my X and here's my F. Well, the first problem is, I have 4. 4 of what? Numbers from 1 to 3. But in my formula, I can't use numbers from 1 to 3. I have to put in a number. So how many, I have 4. 4 of what? So it's not 1, it's not 2, it's not 3. It's somewhere between 1 and 3. We don't know. What we do is we use the midpoint to estimate. So what's the middle of 1 to 3? Try again. 2. So we say it's like I have 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. Here. And here it's like I have 6 5s. Now I don't have exactly, it's not exactly 5. I just know it's between 4 and 6, and I have 6 of these numbers. Here I have 2 8s, and here an 11. And again, it's not like it is 11, it's just roughly 11. So we can see that if I want the average here, it would be like this. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. And you have, it's quite long, but you know, if you have 4 2's, that's 8. You just multiply them. So it would be 4 times 2 plus 5 times 6 plus 8 by 2 plus 11 by 1 over how much? 13. Because I have 13 numbers. The F is how much I have. In other words, the formula is the frequency multiplied by the data over the total frequency. This is the average here. So can you calculate this for me, please? Oh, and by the way, it might be worth noting here, this is only, well, I mean, it does roughly equal this. And where the x here is the midpoint. It's 5, is it? This is a extremely common question in the exam. In the last 14 exam papers, this question has come up 13 times.
This is a good question.
And it's a good question too. Huh?
Please tell us more than 1 mark.
Yes, more than 1 mark.
More than 1 mark.
Yeah.
It's worth 10 marks.
What you need to write in the exam to get the mark is you'll get 1 mark for calculating these midpoints, 1 mark for this formula here, and then 1 mark for the answer. So it's a 3 mark question. Sorry? Huh? This? No, I just need to see evidence that you used it. So the fact that you wrote this shows that you used this as well. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so that's how you calculate the mean from a grouped frequency table. In fact, if you had a frequency table like this, let me put it this way for the moment. XF, let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is something like I ask you how many iPhones you have. So one person said they have no iPhone because they're sad. 4 people said that they had 1 iPhone. 6 people said they have 2, and then this loser here has 3. Yeah. Well, come on, 3 iPhones now. Anybody here? Well, that's what I mean, loser. So if I want the average here, I don't need to use any midpoint, do I? Because the x is exactly 0, 1, 2, or 3. So the formula, again, I can use this formula, but what's nice is the answer is exactly right. X average is the sum of the frequency times the x over total frequency. And here, it's great that the answer is exactly right. Whereas here, it's roughly right. It's pretty close, actually. It's pretty close. So that's how we get the median. So my next question now is how do I get the mode? Well, in fact, I can see the mode directly from the table. What's the mode here?
5.
5. Why is it 5?
Those should be
Yeah, I have 6 of those. So the mode is 5. So I'll write that down. So the mode is 5. Also. Yep. Median is what now?
the median is going to be 5 also if you arrange them from 2, 5, 8 and then...
Yeah, well, how many numbers do I, how much data do I have? 13. So what's the middle of 13? It's 7.
7.
The 7th number. So the first 4 are here. So, well, it doesn't actually matter because whatever it is, it will be in this box. You know, it's like, it'll be the 7th number. So it goes 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th is in here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th. The 7th value is in this box. So again, it's 5 here. Can you see that? So like, you can imagine here, I have 4 of them. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, sorry, let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1. So there's all my data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th one lives in this box, which makes it 5. What's wrong? Something's wrong. What's wrong? No? Now, again, it's not exactly 5. Later we will learn a more accurate way to calculate it. But just for the introduction, we can know it's roughly 5. In fact, in this case here, it will be a tiny bit less than 5, but it will be nearly 5. So in this one here, the median is 5. Yeah? You got that? Yeah? Now, the last average to look at, so we've looked at mean, median, mode. It's already ordered if you think about it because it goes 2, 5, 8, 11. It goes from the smallest x to the biggest x.
Now we find the median.
So, we have done mean, median, mode for data. Mean, median, mode for grouped frequency, which is also the same as mean, median, mode for frequency table. And the last thing I will look at is something called weighted average, which you've all actually done so far. You've maybe not realised it. Okay, you'll see. You'll see. What was the first thing you did for me in maths? What was the first maths assignment or assessment you did for me? Was the mid-semester, wasn't it?
Yeah, sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah, sequence.
No, the mid-semester exam was first. That was 10%. And what was next? The sequence project, which was 10%. And what's next?
The first one was...
The semester 1.
No, you did the mid-semester and then you did your assignment.
Yeah.
I am 1,000,000% sure of this. Yes. Huh? Then the end of the semester, how much? What does it matter? It's 10 and 10 either way. 30%.
No, it's 10 and then 40.
Yes, the end of semester test you did was worth 30%. Did you not know that? No, okay. I'm glad I'm doing this now. The project?
10%.
The 10%. And the final exam? 40%.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's imagine your grades here. So in this exam, let's say you got 90%. In the project, let's say you got 80%. Let's say here you got 70%. Now I haven't corrected these, but let's say they're 70%. And usually the final exam is something like this.
What?
Sorry, I said usually, not for everybody. Of course, your final grade is not just 90 plus 80 plus 70 plus 70 plus 50 over 5. It's not this, because each one has a different weight. So this is called a weighted average. Well, what you do here is, if this is the weight and this is the data,
Divide the data by the weight and then
no, you multiply the weight by the result and divide by the total weight. This is called the weighted average. So in this example, the student's grade, average grade, which is also their final grade here, it would be 10 multiply 90 plus 10 multiply 80 plus 30 multiply 70 plus 10 multiply 70 plus 40 multiply 50. All over?
5.
Nope. Total weight. 100. 10 plus 10 plus 30 plus 10 plus 40. So calculate the grade for this student, please. Let's see if they're going to do medicine or not.
He will not.
What grade did they get?
65.
65, I guess not.
5 marks left for him.
That's life. That's life. Tough break. 65.
Because his assessment is decreasing.
Yep. Well, again, this is what happens in real life also. So I'm going to give you a second problem to do here. So let me just delete this. So my next question here is, what grade would they need in the final exam so they can do medicine? Wait. So what total do you want here?
70 is great for him.
So we'll say we want this to equal 70. And which number here is the x here? It's not 50 now, it's x. So you want this to equal 70. So solve for x. Give me the x now. What the heck? What did you get?
62.5.
Now you can't get 62.5 in the final exam, you can only get 63. So when x was 50, they got a B, and when x was, what do you say, 63%, here he got...
But he doesn't need this because when he enters the A, then he will be smart.
Yeah. But here, imagine you are this student, and imagine you think, okay, it's too difficult maybe for me to get an A, but I can get a B. Now if they got 50%, what was their total grade score? 65. And in fact, if they only need a B, they don't need a 65. What do they need? They only need a 60, not a 65. So if they only care now about getting a B, they only need this to be 60. So tell me what you get here if this is 60.
You will get 37.5.
What was it?
37.5.
Yeah, so this needs to be 38.
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you see how, for this person here, if they got a 50, they got a B. So maybe they worked really hard to get 50. But if they worked less and got 38, then they still get a B. And if they want to get an A, they have to really work really hard and get a 63. So this person here, it looks like to me they have two choices. They can work a little bit and get, so this would be a little bit of work, they get 38% in the final and then that finishes them with a B. Or they can work a lot and they get 63% in the final and they finish up with an A. I just would like you to see... No, it doesn't work like that. For the final exam, people will either do it really well or not, because the exam is difficult. So the exam is difficult. It means naturally people will want to get a D, because it's difficult. And the people who want to get an A will have to, as you can see, work really hard, because it's not easy to get 63% in the final exam. And there's another reason I'm doing this example for you. Because when you go to Colin or Lorraine and say, what grade do I need in the final exam so I can get my B or A? They will say, you study maths. You're making Mr. Stephen look bad, like he doesn't teach you maths. You can calculate it yourself. You don't need your biology or your chemistry teacher to calculate it. So I've just done it as an example there. So don't ask your teacher. You can calculate it yourself by using weighted average. Yeah? So I'll check with Colin and Lorraine. See, oh well, somebody will ask, because, you know, not everybody is listening to me right now. No, not everybody is listening to me right now, so somebody will ask. You know this. Right, Brendan? Yeah. So, somebody will ask, okay? Now let me just have a look at the page. I think I've covered all the types. Now, question 1 to 11 is like what I did, the mean, median and mode. I put question 12 in there because there's an interesting problem in 12 and I wonder how you feel about it. In 12 here, there's one box that's actually for people more than a certain number. And there's also one box called people don't know. So, I want to see how you deal with these two problem boxes. Okay. Yeah, you can try them for a few minutes. So you see here, this is like a survey of how much money you save. So most of the time it's between two numbers, the lower and upper, the lower upper, lower upper, lower upper. Yeah, well this one here, they just don't know. And this one here, no upper. It's just, if you have more than this, it's 30. Now, for calculating the middle number, what do? It's lower plus upper divided by 2. True? And here, what's the upper? There's no upper. Then what's the midpoint? So I want to see how you try to fix that problem. In the last question, if you look at the last question, each box has a lower and an upper, doesn't it? Except for the last two boxes. The last boxes don't knows. There is no lower and upper. And then the box before that, what's the upper? There is no upper, that's the lower. So I want to see how you deal with that problem.